Listen up, people. Manscaped have done it again. This time, it's the Chairman Pro, giving you a clean, close shave. The Chairman Pro is waterproof. The Chairman Pro has long-lasting battery life. And you use the code FTM20 and you will get 20% off of this product. Big up, big up, big up. 12th man's back. This is London is back. It's been another entertaining weekend for some. Not so much for myself. And Lawless, yet again, gets to sit there and chill until tomorrow night. How has he done this for 2 weeks, people? That's mad. Anyway, big up to D, big up to Deji. No Don tonight because he's coming back from the Chelsea game, but we have got Winter Surf who's going to jump on in a little bit. We've got Lawless in the house as well who gets to sit and chill yet again for another week. People, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Thank you all so much for checking out last night's stream. Me, Curtis, and Lee were not very happy, man. So thank you so much for all of the love and support in a time where I need it, where Arsenal were letting me down yet again. We're going to be talking about Arsenal. We're going to be talking about Palace beating Brighton. We're going to talk about Spurs battering Southampton within about 25 minutes from what I did see, and then I turned it off to watch the darts. And we're going to talk about Chelsea as well. Make sure you check out manscaped.com. FTM20 is the code that you need. Please make sure you click on the link in the description and pin to the comments. You will see our other sponsors, Reality Raffles. There's an amazing opportunity for you all. Make sure you click on it. There is an instant win opportunity for just 99p. Use the code FTM10 to get 10% off of that as well for a match day package that could be worth up to £500. People, do not miss this opportunity out. I know a lot of people have gone in for the draw now, so please make sure that you do it. That is going to be drawn live on Reality Raffles on New Year's Eve. So please make sure that you get in with a chance for that, because people are always saying to me, Dan, I want tickets to the Arsenal, or Dan, do you know I'll get tickets to a Chelsea game, Spurs game. It is for a club of your choice. So please make sure you're in this opportunity to win it. Well, yeah, Lawless, where are we starting, man?
Listen, I can't wait to start on Arsenal. Like, I can't wait. Like, listen, we all knew Spurs was gonna win. Like, there's no way they weren't gonna win this game, even though they've been shit. But Arsenal, wow! Igal came on this week. Someone shared the clip where he was like, "Easy win, smashing Everton, no pressure, no pressure." And what happened? Wow! Set piece FC.
What happened?
Oh, well, I thought that was me. He's gone. He's gone. I mean, he's
gone, or did you cut him off?
He's moving like Mikel Arteta. No, I didn't cut him off. He's gone. His device is cut.
Funny.
D, I'll tell you what. He's trying to come back. Hang on. No, he still can't come back. He still can't. Where is he? Where is
my
he?
camera? Hold up. I've lost connection to my camera.
Mate, you were cooking so nice.
Yeah, he was cooking something so nice.
Like,
and then...
I'm happy to.
Edgy, bro. What's happening?
My camera, hold up.
Hey, you're moving like West Ham.
Do you want me to take over while you?
It was go on, Deji. Go on, Deji.
Yeah,
he knew what he was doing.
Dan, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people were asking me if I was gonna cook you today, and I said I'm gonna have to do some form of cooking, although I'm not gonna be picking up a Michelin star. The truth of the matter is, this is what you get when you shake your bum for set pieces. When you decide to wear Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles' sunglasses, as you guys have done, you deserve the calamity that's been bestowed onto your club. What do I mean? When I was telling you, when you played Tottenham, did you deserve to win? You refused to say that you deserved the win. You said you deserved it. Lee Gunner, shameless guy, was talking, not Lee Gunner, Lee, sorry, shamelessly, even though Lee Gunner as well, all came out and said, it's the tactics, Dej. You don't understand about the tactics. We changed it up. And I asked the question, D. I asked the question because no one can lie. We got the receipt. I said, what do you do when these tactics don't work? I asked it. This is Lee. I always know we were going to score. I always knew we were going to score. Really? Apart from Gabriel's beanhead, there was no other chance that he created. I asked the question and they lied. These men moved They were smoking the Budgie Banton. Liars. Now, all of a sudden, you want to talk about the set piece. No, don't do it. Shut your mouths. You disgraceful bunch of fans. Shut up. No. Because we asked you, do you think this is going to take you to the Prem? Do you think this style of play is going to allow you to compete? No. You all said, yeah. We are the nearest. This is them, D. We are the nearest to Liverpool. Look at these guys. The nearest. Get out of here. There's nothing there. The distance between you and Liverpool is the distance from King's Cross to Liverpool Lime Street. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Hey.
Martinelli. These guys will tell me that their club is superior to Spurs. Can you imagine? They told me when I watched the United game, I fell asleep. I then asked these brothers, when you play Everton, what are you going to do? It's like we're going to slap Everton. We slapped them 4-0 without a striker, by the way. We had no striker. You had your full team. Remember D? Remember Lawless? Odegaard. Remember Odegaard? Oh, it's because Odegaard is not about. It's because Asgard is out there fighting Loki in space that we ain't winning. Okay, well, since Odegaard has come back, what has he done for me lately? Didn't it? Yeah. What has he done for me? Man is moving like Sister Act 2. What has he done for me lately? Nothing. Arsenal fans, you brought this on yourself. You brought this on yourself because you, man, been moving like so privileged. And the truth is, Arsenal, everyone's been dusty this season, but I think Arsenal are the dustiest team in the league. They're down there with West Ham and Manchester Piccadilly because you can't be in charge for 6 years and regress the way that this team has regressed.
Yeah, that's nuts.
This Arsenal team is crap. They want to talk, and the biggest killer is you won't find me talking about Tottenham's injuries. I'm out, even if we had lost to Southampton today, even though everyone can see. I'm not going to talk about it, but you can all see the team that we put out. These men bring on Kivior and they're screaming. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? Havertz. These guys were telling me about Havertz, that he's some gunman. I've not seen this since last year. You know what
60 million down the drain.
Well,
60 million
where
down
are
the
they?
drain.
Him and his best friend Timo Werner. So the truth of the matter is, Arsenal fans, this is why I said Arsenal is more Spursy than Spurs. Because really and truly, it was all there for you. And this is how I'm going to land. Plymouth is crap. United is rubbish. Chelsea are under new management. Liverpool is under new management. There is no Newcastle. There is no Villa. There is no Spurs. If there was a better time, there couldn't have been a better time for Arsenal to do domination in the location and show us that they are truly legit. But oh no, Spursy as they come. Dan Potts, you, Lee Judges, we should all sit together at AFTV and drink our sorrows as we go down with that. I will have a brandy and coke, please, as we go down with that Titanic. Since we're going down, I might as well go down with you with a warm chest and belly. Arsenal are done out here. They're done out here. And as for Plymouth,
Hey, did you see the celebration at AFTV yesterday when Liverpool got a red card?
Goonally.
Has embarrassed himself. I think Rio Ferdinand added him. Rio Ferdinand said, "Who is this brother?" I've been asking the same question. We can't even have him on now. I've been asking the same question. Who is this brother?
I asked a word. When Rio asked, I asked Rio the same question. We knew shows with him, but who is he? We don't know. We don't want to be associated. The way you start arguing Babs, He was hugging Babs like you lot won the league. It was Robertson. He got a red card. Like yes,
It's shocking.
yes.
And
We've
you know
done
what
it. We've done it.
You know the funny thing is
I
about that
can't
red
lie.
card, D? Remember Potts, right? And Potts does this whole, it's not me, it's them. It's these Arsenal fans. I'm exempt. Remember when Potts was coming on when they went down to 10 men and parked the bus against Man City and against the other clubs that they've played this season, and we gave him stick for it for parking the bus down to 10 men. And Potts was like, "Oh, you just expect us to attack and open up and get, battered." What did Liverpool do at 10 men? Yeah, okay, they were losing, but guess what? They got it back to 1-1. And what did they do? They kept attacking. And they got their just desserts. But they showed that you don't just have to park the bus. You can be down to 10 men.
What was the result, please? What was the result, please?
Yeah, but you're missing the context.
2-2. Was it the same? Was it the same as ours? 2-2.
Yeah, but here's the difference. Potts. They scored goals down at 10 men. You didn't try to score. They tried. So they didn't go and lose and get battered.
Did they get 3 points though?
But that's not the point. That's not the point.
So doesn't matter.
It's
They didn't do their job either. Then so they didn't do their job
I
either.
would rather go down swinging, than go down like a coward and park the bus. So
okay, but
I'd
Lawless,
rather draw like they drew.
Yeah. But then I hear that, and it looks good as well. Like in terms of mentality, because that's what you want. Like you want a team that even if you have a red card, you want to go for the win. But when you look at the Liverpool bench compared to the Arsenal bench, they can have players who can come on, especially in attack, that can change the game. Whereas like the Arsenal bench, I genuinely like the subs Arteta made. I started laughing out loud, like literally.
Shambolic.
I started laughing
Shambolic.
while I was watching it. He took off Odegaard, who was having a stinker, right? He wasn't playing that great, but like he's still your most creative player. You're struggling to break them down. And then Wanyeri came on. Cool, I'm not gonna go into like 17-year-old or whatever, but the fact that you don't keep on Odegaard and try to put Wanyeri there is baffling to me. Havertz goes in midfield. I'm seeing Gabriel running down the left wing. Like, what was that? That was hope ball. And you can't have that 5 years in. You simply cannot have that 5 years in. And that was the most embarrassing thing about Arsenal, because I thought with Odegaard coming back, you're going to get a string of results. They're going to start winning games. But you just lost out there. You don't even have a striker. Is Jesus a striker? Is Havertz a striker? Like, who's a striker? And you got Martinelli stinking up the place down the left-hand side with Sterling. I know it's Sterling, but like, he's getting no minutes. Why did you not bring him in if he's going to get 0 minutes? Like, what? I don't understand the purpose of Arsenal right now. Trossard's coming on, having a stinker. The only good thing about Arsenal that I've seen consistently this season is Saliba and then maybe Gabriel. That's the only good thing about Arsenal I've seen, because they've been able to defend. Apart from that, Arteta trying to coach an attack is just lost out there. And the most comical thing about Arsenal, that I have seen is the fact that your set piece coach, there's a mural in the tunnel near the stadium of the set piece coach. That is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my life. Set piece coach mural. Like, we get it, like, milk it, like, milk it to a certain degree, but having a mural outside your ground of a set piece coach.
It's not like the set piece
that is like down bad. Like, I'm sorry, you lot deserve it with that. Like, that is just the most shameless thing.
Can I just say one more thing after D? Right now, from tonight onwards, when I call out and say Dallas Cowboys, I am referring to Arsenal. These men are moving like cowboys. These men wanting set pieces. Different coaches for different positions. What happened to just playing football? What happened to Lawless? Let's talk. Yeah, Andrew, let's talk. When we were asking Arsenal fans, can you just play? When we criticized their performance at the Etihad, and we said to them, that why didn't you go for it? They were like, well, it's City. Well. 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, we can see that City is pretty crap. That performance is one of the best. That performance at the City ground is rubbish now. Now that we've seen things, Piccadilly's beating them, Tottenham slapping them up, all of a sudden that draw at the City ain't so great, is it? because
Liverpool win
you
that
didn't
game.
have no
Liverpool win
Kahuna.
that game with 10 men. Liverpool win that Man City game that Arsenal played with 10 men. I'm telling you.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because they're a much better team.
You don't
They're a
know
much
that. You're
braver
talking
team.
crap. You don't know that. You don't know
They're
that.
a better team. They're a
You're
braver
trying to
team.
say it
They've
to wind
got...
all the Arsenal plans up. That's what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not. I truly believe that in my heart of hearts. I truly believe that. And the thing is with Arsenal, you've got to get the excuses out of the way. The excuses have to be done. It's excuses FC. You can't expect us to win without Odegaard. You can't expect us to win the league while Pep's here. Oh, you can't expect us to beat Liverpool, who Slot inherited such a good team with. Oh, like if Chelsea win it, then it's you can't expect us to beat a £1 billion Chelsea team. You can't expect this. You can't expect that. You don't want no expectations, all excuses. And we're tired of it. You want to big up your team to the hills, yeah? But then when you fail, you don't want any of the smoke that comes with it because, oh, we're just the underdogs. Like, you can't have it both ways. And you want it both ways. You want all the respect of everyone and for all us to say how much of a brilliant team you are, but you don't want the pressure that goes with it. And that is Arsenal fans in a nutshell. You want your cake and eat it. And the set pieces, you was all sitting there going, oh, yeah, like we're so proud of it. Wear it as a badge of honor. Stoke FC, brilliant. Like, you was all lauding it. And now what? You've just realized, like, shit, we can't score from own goal, open play. We're not creating anything. Damn.
And you know,
if we don't score set pieces, we got nothing.
You know what? Ashley Young is 102 years old as well, right? Ashley Young is 102 years old, yeah. And he must have had the easiest game he's probably had at that age, right? I said this to you, Dan, didn't I? I said midweek, you need to buy a left-hand side because honestly, that's why you guys get overloaded. Opposition overload on the right because there's nothing down the left. The left is a barren wasteland. It's like after a nuclear strike. You know, it's gone. It's only cockroaches that are on that left-hand side. Nothing else survives there. You know what I mean? And can we talk about Odegaard being taken off again? Odegaard again taken off when you need something. You need a goal.
He was shit, but still you leave him.
It wasn't even a sentence. What was it? Just after the hour, Dan, he got taken off. Was it just after the hour he got taken off?
60 minutes, yeah, man.
60 minutes. You still have 35 minutes to score. Why is he constantly? I know he's only just come back, but he does get taken off a lot. I don't understand. Why not switch up? Why not have Odegaard and Ranieri on there? Leave a single defensive midfielder against Everton because they weren't doing anything. Everton weren't going to do anything. Maybe one counter attack. Go for it. You need it. You hear Liverpool are drawing or losing at that time. Go for it. Be braver. And can I say, Kai Havertz, you are a coward. Pulling out of a 50-50 with a goalkeeper right there and then. That is so cowardly. You know what I mean? Cowards. Honestly, I feel sorry for Saka. Saka is just literally being
get out of there.
It's like a handicap match. It's like 3-on-1 every game. Do you know what I mean? He's just there. And honestly,
Saka will stay. Saka will stay. But then going forward, I've said that Saliba is the biggest one. And if you lose Saliba, then that good defense of yours that you have, it makes. I don't know who can replace Saliba because I think he's that great of a player. Even at times when Gabriel wasn't playing in your most recent games, you'll see Saliba covering Kiwior at times. Like he's covering two positions at the same time. But the mad thing is, Saka's getting triple teamed. There's 3 players on Saka, so there's space somewhere. And despite that, you can do that because. Yeah, the thing you can do that because Martinelli's thinking up the plays. Like no one else is like, even if you have the free player, you can allow that free player. And the thing is, why has Martinelli gone so bad? Because this player under Emery, he was exciting, even under Arteta, I believe. I don't know, Arteta's been there for a while.
2 seasons ago, he scored 15
like there was exactly. So and I'm telling you now, certain players, we've all been there. We've changed managers, like for the best, for the worst. Even West Ham this season, for example, some players are not performing at the levels that they normally should do. A manager can make or break a player. I refuse to believe Martinelli's gone this bad like this. Maybe cool, he's had a few good seasons or one good season and things have stabilized, but I refuse to believe it. Like he's just lost out there. Like how on earth is Ashley Young pocketing you away from home for Ashley Young, and you're playing at home? Like he's
Ashley old.
wild.
Ashley old. It's not young. It's Ashley old.
Exactly.
It's
At what
Ashley old.
point do you go?
Ashley
At what
old.
point do you remove the young?
They made him
like
look
his
young.
kid is playing. Ashley Young kid is a professional. I think he plays at Peterborough. Like he's a professional. He actually
Yeah.
could face his kid.
Yeah,
Like that's how long he's been about. And I'll be honest, I don't know how you fix this. I don't. Maybe sign an attacking coach. You got a set piece coach. You got
Yeah, where's
I don't know.
the striking
Maybe give him
coach?
like I really don't know. But I'll be honest. I'm not saying like, oh, we're gonna beat you. But I've never been so confident about facing Arsenal because you literally play into our hands on Wednesday night.
You know what?
Because we're gonna sit back and we're gonna expect you to break us down and try to hit you on a counter attack. And
If you don't play any other way, you man are idiots.
No, that's how we're gonna play.
That is
That's
the
how we're
only
gonna play.
way to play us now. It is the blueprint. Everyone knows how to play us. So it's easy.
It was only a
You know
matter of
what's
time.
hilarious? Do you know what's funny? I was outside the pub on the weekend, right? Met up with my mate Vorney, Everton fan. Big up to Vorney and his boy Luke. And I said, "Oh, who's been good for Everton this season?" And they said, "It's been crap. Our best player's been Ashley Young." And I started laughing. I was like, "What? The 39-year-old? We didn't get past him." I mean, let's be real. Everton did nothing, and they were quite happy.
They didn't want to do anything. Yeah,
of course. They were quite happy to sit there and take their points.
Sorry.
We were a joke, man.
We knew that Everton's not doing anything. Like, if you're watching that game, I was watching that game as well. If you was watching that game, you realize Everton's game plan is not to score. Like, they don't care about scoring. They're happy with a point away from home. And I get that to a certain degree. Like, even Palace would be happy. But then on the glass now, we do try to win games. Like, we do have a game plan going forward. So if that's the case, then why don't you take the risk with Odegaard and Wanyeri? Why don't you have two creative players right there? Because what are you losing out on? There's no attacking threat from Everton. And that's the thing. He's very cautious about his approach at times, Arteta.
Rob, he brought him right back on. He brought party on.
Home. It's Arsenal at home. It's Arsenal at home.
And
Like,
also,
why would you be cautious against Everton when United slapped them up? Everyone has slapped them up. Like,
and
you,
Pickford
why would you do that?
for me, Pickford made only one really good save, right? Only one really good save. It was not as if he was like faced 20 shots and he was like had the best. You know, I was watching some of the videos. AFT. One guy said, "Oh, Pickford's one of the best goalies in the Premier." No, he's not. He just, he's not even one of the best. He's not one of the best Premier League goalkeepers. This is ridiculous. It's just one save he made. That's what I mean. He needed to be. It was cowardly, really. What Arteta subs are cowardly. That's what they were.
They were embarrassing subs. Party at right back, Timber at left back. You're mad.
But I think there's an issue, Dan, and I want you to sort this out because I've had enough of it. And the issue is, and look, you're having to take the smoke for a lot of Arsenal content creators, but I think I'm going to need you. We, the panel, London. This is London. I'm going to need you to maybe stand up and be legit. The truth is, a lot of content creators, Arsenal ones, have bigged up these players like they're the best thing since sliced bread. I was the one that said that this team is no different to Spurs. Let's look at some of the stats. You've scored 29 goals this season. My team is relegation fodder, and we've scored 36. Just let that sink in. You've conceded 15 goals. We are 10th and conceded 19 goals. If not for some lucky wins, you guys are no different to Spurs. And when I said that, I was looked at, Dan and Lawless, like I was a madman. I could see. We can see that these players ain't all that. Calafiori is going to be the answer because he's Zinchenko 2.0. That's what they told us. He's Zinchenko. Oh, no. Have you noticed? And I don't like this. What happened to shaking your bum for Declan Rice? I've not heard anyone talk about Rice for the last 6 months. Why not? Why are we talking about the best midfielder in the Prem? Huh?
What?
Someone
called him Decline Rice. Rice.
What about Partey? Oh, when you have Declan, Partey, Odegaard, that front three, that midfield three is the best. Why are we well?
Wait, why is Partey playing right back? Why?
Come on.
Like, you're trying to score a goal. Why is Partey coming on
Ask
as
our
right
manager,
back?
man. All
And
these
then
questions
go
you've got.
midfield. You lot are just overcomplicating everything. Rice is not number 8. He's a 6.
No, we ain't there. It's him that's overcomplicating it.
Like,
Arteta.
what? Like,
It's this
I'm just
guy,
sleeping
man.
everything that went on. I'm pretty sure at a certain point, Havertz was trying to like drop in and whatever. Like, there was no number 10. Like, hey, Potts, I don't know what you lot.
Midfield. He put
Yeah,
him back in midfield.
I genuinely have no clue
You know what's
about
happening?
how you change this. Maybe there's a few games where Odegaard steps up and then that helps Saka, etc. But like, I'm trying to find like patterns of play and something, but it's so easy right now.
Do you know what the thing? The mad thing is, this is 5 years in the making.
Yeah, that's
the
mad thing.
process took 5 years to get to this point. This was what they talked about. They said process. They trust the process. So it's got on to here right now. What we're watching is 5 years of building a team, spending over £700 million. And you know what I mean, weeding out the bad apples. Do you know what I mean? Building, getting in set piece coaches and coaching this team for 5 years. And this is what you have to show for it. This just goes to show that.
Let me ask you then, Lawless. Let me ask you. Sorry to interrupt you, but I want to move it because otherwise we're going to be on Arsenal for ages. What happened with Arteta?
I don't mind.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't really
We're
mind
good,
to
we're
be
good,
fair
to be
because I'm
fair.
agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. But we have got other
Potts
clubs
has
we've
got
got to get to as
Potts has got 37 other streams in the next 24 hours to do on Arsenal.
Probably. Let me ask you, Arteta.
Yeah.
There's a chance he can win a title. There's a chance he can win a trophy. I don't think he will, but there's a chance he can, right? So if he doesn't, which is looking likely that he won't at the moment, playing the way that we are, and Maresca and Arnie Slot go ahead of him, is that a sackable offence for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a sackable offence because you have to look at it. Again, this is what I alluded to. Yeah, and people was like, someone said, no Arsenal fan was saying it. Robbie was saying this to me about Liverpool. Slot inherited such a good team, so you know if we finish above, you can't sack and finish below Liverpool. Oh, and then I said what about if you finish below Chelsea? But they've got a £1 billion squad. Robbie said this to me, so I disagree with that. You have to, and I see the fan cams, and he's going, "Well, who do we get in? Who do we get in?" As if because if the average fan who decides, you know what, we need to change, he isn't doing it. We need to get someone else. If they can't come up with the perfect person, because what he's waiting for you to do is say a name so he can shit on it basically and say, oh, how's he better than Arteta? Because if you can't come up with that golden name, then I
come up with golden names and we still shit on it, even if it is a golden name. This is what I don't
get. At the
get.
end of the day, you don't get to choose, Pot. So yeah, you can ask for it to be sacked, but you ain't choosing the manager. You have to trust that
They ain't ever sacking Arteta, you know. I refuse to believe Arteta will get
No way,
sacked.
they're never sacking him.
Because the Cronkies ain't going to find anyone like Arteta. Like, they're all just aligned together. Like, they're all
No, D, I've said this for a few weeks now. I'm convinced. They're happy they're in the top 4. It's Arsenal over again. I'm right now. The owners are happy they're back in the top 4. They'll spend now and again. But if he finishes in top 4, he'll never be sacked. The only way he will only walk. He will walk. He'll never be sacked at this club.
And he ain't walking.
Can we just speak this?
No, exactly. He's not walking.
You've got to understand that Dan is operating from a different point from Arsenal fans. You brought in a manager that had no experience. Arteta does not deserve to be sacked because he had no experience and he got you guys shaking your bums and believing that it was you in City or you in Liverpool for a title. That means he's done his job. It's your fault. It's your owner's fault. Just like Spurs, you guys were not serious in the first place. You weren't serious with your manager. Really, you should have been bringing in an Ancelotti. This is Arsenal, 3rd biggest team in the world. You should be bringing in top managers, and with top managers, top players. Do you know what I'm saying? Arteta hasn't done a bad job. He's just done the job to his limit. That's not a bad job.
It's not about deserve. I said this time and time again. You don't just get rid of managers because they deserve to be sacked. You get rid of managers because, you know what I mean, they've taken you as far as they can take you. Look at Steve Cooper. He didn't deserve to be sacked for losing to Chelsea, but they expected to lose. He got them to the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
They saw a young, exciting, up-and-coming manager that was available, so they sacked him and went that way. So people look at that as this punishment. Like, if you sack someone, you're saying that they've done a shit job. No. Like, you thank Arteta for getting you to a certain point, but you recognize he's probably at his limit. Let's give someone else a chance with this team before they either age out or leave to a club where they can be manager on. Deji, I have to correct you. The fact that you said Arsenal were the third biggest club in the world is insane.
He meant in England. He meant in England.
He meant in England, surely. Yeah, I was honest.
in England.
Let me just say this, man. Let me just say this. Let me just say this, right? Because people keep asking me whether I'm Arteta in or Arteta out. I hate this question, by the way, because I'm Arsenal in. People are so obsessed with this manager. I just want Arsenal to be doing well. I don't care who the damn manager is, right? If they're going to be winning trophies, I'm happy. If they ain't winning trophies, I ain't happy. I don't care whether your name is Humpty Dumpty or Arsene Wenger or Mikel Arteta. I couldn't give a damn. Yeah, be successful, I'll be happy. If they're unsuccessful, I'm unhappy. It's quite simple. Yeah, it's pretty black and white.
Some people are manager fans rather than football fans.
But you know what, Lawless? This is what frustrates the hell out of me so much, that there's a massive amount of, by the way, not a minority, there is a majority of this fan base at Arsenal that are Arteta FC now, not Arsenal FC. And they are so obsessed with, we can't sack him. There's no one else to do it. And I said it yesterday. Do we fold the club then? So does the club go, it's been a pleasure. The funeral of Arsenal is here. Mikel Arteta has gone. There's nobody better than Mikel. So we have to fold the club. Or do we just go and get Diego Simeone, Carlo Ancelotti, Simone Inzaghi, Xabi Alonso if you want someone younger? Because Liverpool were like, oh my God, Klopp's gone. Now they're top of the league with Slot. Maresca's walked in from Leicester and has taken Chelsea from 6th right the way up to 2nd place right now. You've got bloody, what's his name, Amorim, who's just walked into Man United from Sporting Lisbon. Of course there's managers out there. Go and find them.
See, that's a mad thing. You lot celebrate. You know the thing I hate about Arsenal fans in general when it comes to like the mentality, it pisses me off because, of course, Palace are not a big club like Arsenal. I hear that. But like, I try to put myself in your shoes. But the fact that like you lot always acted like, oh, it's Pep. It's Pep. We can't win. We have to wait till Pep goes. I never get that mentality. I never understood it. I get it. Like City were great, etc. But Liverpool, for example, beat Pep. Klopp beat Pep. Like Pep, you can beat Pep. Ten Hag beat Pep in the cup final not too long ago. And it's always been that excuse of, oh, Pep's here, Pep's here. Well, look at Pep right now. Look at City right now. And Arsenal's had 5 years to prepare for this day. 5 years to prepare for this day. Maresca just came in. Slot's just come in. They haven't had the privilege of Arteta. You've had 5 years, and how many defenders have you lot signed? How many defenders are you lot trying to sign? What's the attacker? Havertz? Is Havertz even an attacker? It seemed like Havertz was an option.
Havertz is shit, bro. Havertz is shit, bro.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand it. On the left-hand side, you got Martinelli, and then you got Trossard, like, and then you bring in Sterling. Like, you spent £700 million, and I don't know where, like, don't get me wrong, not all players are bad. I think Declan Rice is a good signing. I still think he's a very good player. But the thing with Rice is that he's not 8, he's a 6. So he's been playing out of position. But when he plays,
it's not a good signing, though, is it, D? If you're playing,
it is a good signing because with the right manager, with the right manager, having Declan Rice in your side, that's a fantastic player to have in the 6. That's a player that you can build on, that you can push. I believe you can go and push on to win the league as Declan Rice is your number 6, but not as your number 8. But I think the whole situation at Arsenal is baffling because, like, you have to remember of how big of a club you are. We literally said you're the 3rd biggest club in the whole of like UK or England. And we're here for years on years talking about Pep, talking about this and that, whatever. Let's face the reality of the situation. This is on you lot. This ain't on Pep. This ain't on anyone else. This is on Arsenal. This is on Arsenal mentality. They've always had this mentality of excuse after excuse after excuse. Just face the situation. You've got Arteta for 5 years. You signed some players. The summer window has been absolutely terrible for Arsenal. So that it doesn't shock me. You got rid of Nketiahs and Smith Rose and Reece Nelsons, which is fine. Get rid of them. But you have to replace them. You didn't replace them. And here you are. Here you are, having Sterling just get 150k off the bench. What a great life, by the way. Just sitting on the bench. He knows he's not going to come on. Sterling the day before can go to a party. He can enjoy himself, and he knows that nothing's gonna. That the whole situation at Arsenal stinks, and it all points to Arteta, and it points to your owners as well. And I've said this. I said this on
Back
AFTV. I said this on AFTV probably about 3 years ago. And that was the year I think you might have finished second or you went for the title. It was the year you bowled top 4. And I said the question of, I think Arteta is a very good manager, but I don't know if he's the manager to get you over the line. And I'll be honest, at times I thought, damn, I might be wrong because he seemed like you might be winning the league. But here you are. Once again, we're looking at Arsenal regressing rather than progressing. And
Do you
that's
think
normal.
do you think we'll go for top 4 or be in a title?
No,
race?
you'll be in the top 4. I think you'll be in the top 4. I think you'll be in the top 4.
No, he's saying are they in the title race or top 4 race?
No, like what race are we in? Like what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would say based on your performances so far this season, I'll say you're more in the top 4 race. I think the only teams in the title race right now is Chelsea and City. No, not City, Liverpool. That's the only 2 teams I'm looking at. I'm looking at the performance. I'm saying I don't think Chelsea are going to win it because I think Chelsea still got a few issues that they need to solve. But it's still crazy the fact that Chelsea in his first season, in the first how many months or so, and Arne Slot, you just come in as well. The fact that these 2 managers are battling it out, and here we are with Arsenal and Arteta after all the excuses for the last 5 years.
If they win it, it'll be because Pep dropped off and they've spent 1.5 billion and Slot inherited a Klopp team. We had no chance. We get all these excuses, man. I'm sick of it.
But I don't understand that. I don't understand excuses after excuses. You're Arsenal Football Club. You're not Palace. You're not any other team. You're Arsenal Football Club. You're meant to be a big side. The last time you won the league was what? 2004, 2005. Yeah. Like, have some standards. Stop having excuses. Just have some standards for yourself.
But Dan, can you see how rival fans are being animated through your club? And let me explain.
Yeah, of course, man. I've always understood it, Deji. I've always told people that. I get animated. I hate it. I hear it. Yesterday, I'm having it in my streams, all my shows. People are coming for me saying I'm negative. I'm sick of it every year, man. I've seen this movie so many times, brother.
You're not negative, but what I will say is that for me, I like people whose yes is yes and their no is no. I like straight talkers. And when I look at Arsenal, if you're going to be crap, be crap. If you're going to be good, be good. What I don't want is what you lot are. You flat out to deceive. And I think that probably is what pisses the neutral fans or rival fans off. And I think that's what pisses you and some of your fan base. The fact of the matter is, for the club of your size and what you've done in history, for you to even come out and say you're in a top 4 race is a disgrace. To be honest. And you, man, are not legit. You lot, and then what you guys do is then you compare yourself to the likes of my club. You can't do that. 6 years with a stable manager, the wages that you pay, you know what I'm saying? And this is what you're offering.
I'm not fussed about Tottenham, bro. I don't give a fuck about Spurs, man.
Real talk. But what I'm trying to tell you, bro, is that you're no better than Spurs.
Yeah, I said that as well. Who did I tell? Was it Lee? I might have told Gunnar Lee. Like, what's the difference between like a Poch at Spurs and Arteta at Arsenal? Like, what is the difference? The thing is, Poch at Spurs
one trophy. That's it.
Champions League final. Like, Spurs were in the Champions League final, which sounds crazy considering they haven't won a trophy since 2008. But like, they got there. Like, they got somewhere. Arteta FA Cup win, I guess that's the biggest one. But you lot disrespect certain trophies, which I never really understood as well. How can you disrespect?
You know the three. You know, the next
year after year, you throw like Carabao Cup or FA Cup out of the way. Like, you would be like, all right, we're focusing on a league title. But how can you throw trophies away when you've only won one in the last 5 years? I understand the league title being a priority, but you kind of looked at certain competitions like, oh, we don't need that. We don't need FA Cup. We got bigger fish to fry. That's the word, right? Bigger fish to fry. And that is the league title. And here you are right now. And I think the majority of Arsenal fans can agree, even like the top Arteta fans, that you need to win on Wednesday. You need to win on Wednesday because the Carabao Cup now ain't as small as you lot think. Like, you need to go out there, and Arteta needs to prove
we
himself
lose
that
on
he can actually
Wednesday.
win trophies.
I think more and more people will want him out if we lose on Wednesday.
Look at
I
your
swear
next
we
three-
lose on Wednesday.
Look at your next 3 league away games as well. You got Palace, Brentford, and Brighton.
Yeah,
I mean, I know Brentford lost today, and they've got a rubbish away record, but at home they've got the best home record in the Premier League. And I know Palace roughed up Brighton today, but I'm sure they'll give you a game. And Palace, if they beat you and then in the league at Selhurst Park, we know that ground can just be a difference maker with the crowd on top. It is.
Nah.
The drums,
Yeah, I mean, you what someone said a few minutes ago. You were heading more to a top 4 race than a title race, and
Mate,
that
if you
is-
don't come out of them games with 9 points, you can just
you have to get
absolutely
9
forget
points.
about
It's
any
non-negotiable.
title race.
It's non-negotiable.
Man,
We ain't winning the title. What are we talking about here?
No,
Like,
but the
let's be
thing
real.
is, Potts, you still want to be. You're not winning the title, but it would be embarrassing if you're fully out of the race, like by January. Do you know what I mean? Like to the point where you're nowhere near and you're like 14 points off or whatever. Like that's
If we ain't in the title race, I want him sacked. Sorry,
Yeah.
I want him
Yeah.
gone.
you're going backwards. So
I don't
You're
see
going
that as
back to the Wenger
progression.
era. You're
Yeah.
going back to where
You know
it all
what,
started
D?
from.
You know what, D?
Yeah.
Let me finish on this, right? Because we do
Football
need to move on.
heritage.
We're 40 minutes already. Let me finish on this, right? The last 5 years of Arsene Wenger's hounded out down Hornsey Road protesting to get him out was more successful than Arteta's first 5 years. That says it all to me. That we had a manager that was here for 22 years, that won us FA Cups, got us to finals, got us to this top 4 Champions League. We've had another manager come in for his first 5 years and been lauded and has done less than what he did. And then we wanted the other one out and this one to stay. I don't get this fan base, bro. I don't understand it at all. So for me, he either gets us in a title race and wins a trophy or he goes. I don't
could have
care,
gave
man.
Wenger that 700 million.
Exactly,
You
Lawless.
know, also
Exactly.
another thing, yeah. I wonder if Arteta's. This might sound crazy, I don't know, but interesting to hear what you lot think. I wonder if Arteta's worried about bringing on like world class players because I feel like Arsenal. If you spent £700 million, surely you could have brought one quality player there, like one quality player. The type of signings he makes is like the signings that you expect him to have under control. I wonder if he's like worried about bringing a player that might be like a massive player in terms of names. I can't think of any, but you know what I mean.
I
Like
think we have, to be fair, as much as I give him stick, we have bought some quality players. We have.
You have.
I see
but
on
in
your
terms of the
fan cam, you
egos-
said he didn't
in
want
terms of the egos,
Sterling. Yeah,
like Declan Rice, we got him from West Ham.
Rice
for
and
example, you
Odegaard
get it?
were quality
So,
players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Odegaard, for example, when you brought him in, they're all like young players. Like you haven't brought in like that 27-year-old that's like killing it out there, or like a 28-year-old. Does that make sense?
no,
Like,
but that's
even
what I was
Moreno,
saying
you
about.
can control all these players. Like Arteta can control all of these
Yeah.
players. But for example, like the Aubameyangs and Lacazette's, I'm not saying they're world class, but when he had problems, he just brushed them aside. And even like the Ozil, for example. So I wonder, like, why is there like a worry there that he can't control? Because bring
Well, we
ready-made
haven't got
players.
the experience in the board level, bruv. We've sacked Edu because he was, like, in my opinion, he was no good. So we have to go and get, though we were told we would get world-class players and sprinkle it with gold dust,
Yeah,
man.
but
But look,
you
I've got to
signed
move to
the
Deji,
experience
because Deji's
in
got to go in a
Sterling.
minute. So,
Sterling, Potts.
you know what?
Like I'm saying, Sterling. You signed experience, but you said in your fan cam
Crap.
that
Rubbish.
you don't think that Arteta wanted Sterling. I seen another fan cam, and I haven't double checked this, but this other Arsenal fan said that Arteta came out and said that when he interviewed him, he decided right there and then, like he wanted Sterling.
Do you
after
believe
talking
that?
to him.
Do you believe
Well, if he
Arteta?
said it, apparently the quote's out there that
Oh,
Arteta
come on,
said
bruv,
it.
bruv. Listen, I've known my manager. Trust me, he talks a lot of waffle. Let me tell
No,
you
I
that.
know he talks
He
waffle, but
decided in 10 minutes he wanted Raheem Sterling. Why didn't he ask for him at the start of the transfer window then?
Well,
In 10
because
minutes,
he
I knew
probably
that he was
became
the guy
available.
for me.
Yeah,
I was going to see the best out of him. He's the guy that he wanted, yet he hasn't used him. The guy's a hologram. Is he
but
even on our
Potts,
bench?
It's very simple. Like, obviously, he becomes available, right? He goes and speaks to Sterling. Sterling gives him the interview of a lifetime, right? I'm gonna do this. Arteta's like,
Why is he not
yes.
playing him then?
Then
Why is
what
not
he
playing him
sees
then?
in training doesn't compute. It doesn't fit what he's saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, so obviously, Sterling just isn't living up to what he said. That's what it comes down to.
We
So
all
I
are in
don't think
interviews.
Yeah, but then
all
we
are in
know
interviews.
you don't need to interview Sterling. Like no one needs to interview Sterling. Like, of course,
We all
you
knew
can do
what
your own
Sterling
recruitment
was,
process.
man. We all
We
knew
know
what
what Sterling
Sterling
Yeah,
is.
but you
Like,
need to see it's the same way, like say Lingard, like when we got Lingard, yeah, okay, there's a talent there, but they've not been good for a while. So you need to see like where's their head at. Like if you're coming into, I need to know that you're not going to upset the balance that I've got going on in my dressing room. So of course you have to have a conversation with the guy before bringing him in. He's not like a young player.
Whatever,
Relevant.
you know what,
Pedro
Lawrence?
Neto there.
Whatever,
There's Pedro Neto
whatever.
there.
He don't want him now. He clearly don't want him now. He
Yeah.
don't bring him
Yeah,
on. He
because
don't start
obviously-
him. He don't utilize him for games. So this has been a bad signing. Whether you think it was a great
course,
signing at the
I
time,
agree.
it is clearly a crap signing now. And I didn't want this guy anywhere near it. How can
No,
we
I'm
let
just saying, I'm
Sancho
allowed
go
to
to
talk to
Chelsea,
you
by
next.
the way? and we get Sterling, and we let out Sancho to go there.
Sancho,
Much rather
exactly.
have had
Do
Sancho.
you get it? Like there were players out there. Like now that you mentioned Sancho, there was Sancho, there's Neto, and I'm pretty sure there's other players that were mentioned during
Of
the
course
summer
there
that I can't remember
Yeah.
that Arsenal could have went and got. At least say not really because he plays down Saka's side, but he was available technically for
I would
45
rather. Do you know
minutes.
what? The real talk. I'd rather have got bloody what's his name from you, Sar. I'd rather have got him than bloody Sterling. Bro, no, I would. I seriously would, man.
Southampton sacked Russell Martin.
But like there was all kinds of players.
Russell
and you lot
Martin's
waiting
gone,
for
apparently.
Raheem Sterling.
Russell
Like you're
Martin's
not
gone, yeah.
serious. Like he just wants to build a defensive side. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like you're Arsenal Football Club, and
That's
you just want to
mad.
defend. Like
You know what? I just realized we don't have no time to talk about Palace. That's a shame. That's a real.
Well, listen. We're gonna move to Tottenham first because Deji has got to go.
What's the? Is
very
they?
soon.
Yeah, let him.
Well,
give
no, I
us
wanted to
something.
ask a question because I do have to come back on something Deji said. As much as he's my brother, one thing he said, which I do not agree with, is that you won't hear Deji crying about injuries. When on last stream, as Andrew will tell and will talk to, injuries at Tottenham are a mess at the moment, and it is not fair. So what the hell is going on with that? That is one of the most hypocritical things I've heard in my life. Only a week. And don't let me get the receipts, my bro.
You can see the level of injuries, bro, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Deji, are you Ange in this week? Are you Ange in this week? Oh, I just want to know. That's all.
Winter Surfer, let's be real. When you reflect on last week's game, I actually thought your performance on this show last week was absolutely disgraceful and disingenuous. You were given 2 goals from my club, 2 penalties. If not for the 2 penalties, you were absolutely rubbish. And actually,
Deji, sorry, Deji, sorry. I can just smell smoke coming from you because I cooked you last week. That's all it is. I can just smell smoke from coming from you.
Don't worry, your time will come. But as for my club, we slapped, we put 5 on it at Southampton. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting Tottenham to get slapped up. We don't turn up against the Minnows. We had Bergvall in the midfield. And when Mathers turns up, when Tottenham do domination in the location, I think it's fair to say no one can hack it. The problem is, when is Spurs going to do domination in the location? Today we did it. We might not see it for another 4 or 5 games. But am I delighted with the result? Yes, I am. I want to see my club winning and winning well. Is that what you should be doing when you're playing Southampton? Yes. I knew that the cracks were there when I saw Arsenal struggle to beat Southampton. Although the final score was 3-1, Arsenal fans who are genuine know that they struggled to get that game over the line. And the truth is that team going to go on to beat Liverpool next week? No, they're not. They're not going to beat Liverpool next week. We're still in the mud. However, I take the win. I'm not Ange out. Had he lost, though, I'm not Ange in, and Tottenham aren't back. What we did do is we won. Yeah? And I haven't seen a win from my team.
I do want to just quickly say, Dej, sorry to cut you. I quickly want to say, I do want to say congratulations to Spurs because they started today in 10th place and they've ended today in 10th place.
Russell Martin just got sacked, by the way.
The way you were talking, I thought you'd been lifted back into the top 4 or something. The way you were talking.
You lot made another man lose his job, Deji. How do you feel, man? Why did you do that? Why do you have to do that?
He looks like a Spurs manager, didn't he? Like, I have a feeling he's destined for Spurs.
We need to slap them. Now, I just want to do a quick rebuttal on my learned friend, Dan Potts. I'm banking on your team to draw the next 2 games. And if Tottenham can win the next 2 games,
oh no,
you won't be sitting pretty. You won't be sitting pretty. So I'm just saying.
How many times have we heard? How many times?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything, bro. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. Look, I'm delighted that we won. He was under pressure. He won under pressure, but we don't have a squad. And I think the issue that Tottenham have is the same issue as Arsenal and a lot of the big teams. Is it that the players are playing too many games? Because a lot of good players have regressed. Tottenham, Udogie, Porro, they're not the same, just like Martinelli and some of your big players aren't the same. And I just wonder that when Tottenham are fresh and they turn it on, they really can't be stopped. But
are you beating Liverpool? Are you beating Liverpool?
Wait, are you beating Man United in the League Cup first? For Liverpool.
First and foremost, I don't no Man U, no Manchester Piccadilly can ever chat to me. They are
They
lightweight.
can if they beat you in the cup.
I just asked if you're beating them. That's all. I just asked if you're beating them.
Liverpool, they should whack us, but stranger things have happened.
Well, you want to go out of the Carabao Cup because you don't want to win a dusty trophy like that. You want to get out of that competition.
I'm here for the trouble. I'm here for the trouble, mate. I'm here for the numbers. Yeah. What I won't be doing is accepting. So I'm quite happy to win.
Can't even win one trophy, let alone 3.
I'm happy to win the Carabao Cup, provided we add the FA and the Europa League to it.
Deji, I don't want to take the piss.
Surface even switched off because he knows
Hold
this
on,
is.
Deji, quick question. Me and you are like this year, but when's the
It's
last time Spurs won 3 games in a row?
every year. It's every week now with Tottenham fans. That's what it is.
Tottenham I can't remember the last time Tottenham won 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What I can say to you is league form goes out the window in the cups. Tottenham right now only have to win their next 3 games and we've already knocked in the Carabao. What we got to do is dispose of Manchester United this week, which I think we will. Just get them out of the way real quick. And then we're in the semis. And whoever we got, maybe we got you, maybe we got Arsenal. The sooner we get you out the way, the better. And then we go to the final and do what we got to do. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, let's see what happens, man. Deji, I'll let you go, my bro. I appreciate you jumping on.
Thanks, everyone.
Love,
Thank
fam.
you.
I'll see you next time, brother. In a bit, man. Love, man. Winter Surfer, Chelsea are bloody in the title race, ain't they? 4 points clear of us now, 2 points behind Liverpool. I mean, I don't know what you boys think, D and Lawless as well. Like, do you see them staying up there past like the new year, well into like February time? Because then we'll really be talking about it, won't we? At the moment, a lot of people are sort of like, nah, it's a bit early still, blah, blah, blah. But let's just be real. Chelsea and Liverpool playing the best football in the league, aren't they? Let's just say
I think they'll stay up there. It's a simple fact of that they have got a really sketchy defense. However, you look at the teams around them, Liverpool, of course, Arsenal, they're all just as capable of having poor results as then. So it doesn't feel like Liverpool are going to go on, a win after win after win after win to run away with it. Like Chelsea can drop some points and still be within touching distance. And I think the thing that works in Chelsea's favour is the fact that they're in the Conference League, which they're heavily rotating for, whereas Liverpool and Arsenal and even Man City are in the Champions League, so they're having to go full strength twice a week. So Chelsea have the benefit of, do you know what I mean, like resting Palmer. Like Palmer's not even traveling to some of these games. Same as you've got Jackson, all of these key players getting to rest and play 1 game a week, which is huge. So I think for that reason, you have to look at Chelsea, even though they have got a young squad, inexperienced. I look at them and I can't see them going on like a losing streak. I think there will be them games like they did with the Palace game where you expect them to win and they drop points. They've got like Everton. I fully wouldn't be surprised because Everton are a bit of a bogey team for Chelsea. I wouldn't be surprised to see them draw or lose that game. And then they've got to go to Palace soon, which obviously we saw what Palace was like for them at Palace's at the Bridge. Sorry. I think that one could be sketchy. Fulham at home and Ipswich, I think they'll pick up 3 points, but they're them sort of fixtures that you just look at Chelsea and go, yeah, they could probably drop points. But like I said, I think they can afford to and still be in the race just because of how Liverpool are at the moment. So
why do you think people might doubt it? Because for me, I don't look at Chelsea and think they're miles off. If you look at their squad, I thought the reason they drop off this season, I had them flirting around sort of the top 4. Then I started to watch them play and thought, yeah, they're going to cement the top 4. And now it looks like they could be in the title race. And I have to big up Don really, because Don was saying all this. I know me and Lawless were like, oh, he's just guessing that it was going to go well or what. But actually, he was sort of saying that he thought it was going to be this way. Yeah, true. It has gone this way though, man. But I'll throw it to you, D. Why do you think Chelsea might not? Because a lot of people are saying, nah, too soon. Maybe I think a goalkeeper, a striker, and a centre back are the 3 positions they need to then be in the title charts. Maybe they get that in January. I don't know.
It's the defense. I think in attack they got numbers. They got quality numbers, and that's the thing. When you look at I don't want to talk about Arsenal all the time, but when you look at Arsenal's attacking options compared to some of these other big size attacking options, you can see the difference there. And I think that's what edges Chelsea ahead of Arsenal for me right now in terms of attacking plays. But I think defensively, it's the first season as well. But then again, it's Arne Slot's first season. I don't know. That defense at times, it can be a bit funny. It's not that bad, by the way. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's not like Chelsea got really bad defense. But if we're like picking out in terms of what Chelsea can improve, Sanchez, I don't rate. He gives me no confidence, even watching it as a neutral. He just seems like he's got a mistake in him. But then again, I expect Liverpool to drop points. This ain't no Prem which we've seen in the past of like City going on crazy runs or Arsenal going on crazy runs. I expect both sides to drop points. So I don't. They're 100% in the race. They're 100% in the race, but they need to still solve a few problems. I feel like the Liverpool squad is kind of there. Like, you know, the defense, you know, the attack. Maybe they can sign one or two players, but I think Chelsea's defense just is a bit more weaker than Liverpool's, of course. So I think that's what edges it for me. But saying that, Chelsea's in a race. Like, I'm sorry, Chelsea fans cannot say that they're not in a race. They're in a race. Whether they win or not, that's different. But yeah, it's between Chelsea
I
and
don't
Liverpool
get
right now.
these
It's
Chelsea
contenders.
fans, man, who want to be like, oh,
They're doing it on purpose. I realize they're doing it on
Just
purpose.
enjoy
They're like
it, man.
collective. There is like a collective unit. Like, they're all collective in this in terms of saying, oh, they're trying to ease the pressure off. But the thing is, we know, like, if you're not in a race, then who's in a race? Like, there's no race at this point.
Yeah.
When, for example, we've seen in the past, like, Arsenal was in a race in previous season, and some people are saying Arsenal's still in a race for the title. If Arsenal's still in a race for the title, then how on earth is Chelsea not in the race when they're literally right behind Liverpool? So they are in a race, but Chelsea fans will try to downplay it. But yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're not silly. They're all in it together.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole difference. I think people are, even some Chelsea fans, have to take away being in a race from winning a title are two totally different things. Or equate it to, like, when you're in a race with Usain Bolt. Like, if you're Johan Blake, you're in the race, doesn't mean you're going to win it. Because Usain Bolt's there. I'm not like saying Liverpool, Usain Bolt, but that's the thing. And also, as I keep saying, the Chelsea fans, when they say we're not in a race, one of the next sentence will say, oh, but next year we'll be in a race. And why are we in a race this year? Oh, because we don't have the experience. Well, what experience are we going to get if we're not in a race this year to be in a race next year? You need to be in a race.
In a race. Look, the race is different to winning. Like, you can be in a race, but it doesn't mean you're not going to win. What you're saying is that you don't think Chelsea are going to win it, but Chelsea are in a title race. Because if Chelsea are in a title race, then there's no race. There's
exactly. And also,
go home.
I also think that Chelsea fans should want us to be in a race so much for as long as possible. So when we get to March or April, if we're still talking about Chelsea in a race, they would have achieved your top object of finishing in the top four and back in the Champions League for the season after. That was the object that most Chelsea fans wanted. I don't see the harm in embracing it. Do you know what I mean?
The only fans that want to be in a race is Arsenal. They're the only fan base I see that are saying, no, we're still in the race. We can still do it. Even Liverpool. Yeah. I've seen Liverpool fans downplaying the fact that they're favourites and that. We've got Errol in the group chat. No, bro, I don't trust this player. You can't, it's not the first season. It's like, shut up, man. Like, you're clear and you got game in hand. Like, just no one wants to be in the race.
I couldn't believe Errol. I'm going to cook Errol tomorrow for saying that, man. You can't say we're favourites. I don't see us as favourites. Of course they are, man. Liverpool are favourites right now.
Who's favourites? What's happened to the big clubs? This is pissing me off. What happened to these big clubs? We were talking about
lost
Arsenal
their chest,
saying,
man.
We can't win the league because Man City's there. We're hearing Liverpool say they're not favourites because of this. Like big clubs be big clubs. Like, what's going on?
It's madness. I don't understand this because you know what, because like for the past 2 years, the biggest word I've heard from Chelsea fans, because they don't like the ownership, was standards, right? Was standards. That's all I heard, like standards. We have to get back to standards. Well, being in a title race is standards, right? It's our standards. So we should embrace this. You wanted standards. Maybe including myself, you didn't expect Maresca to be where he is right now. But you wanted standards. You wanted to be back in a title race. You wanted to be talked about. You wanted to be near getting to the Champions League back again. Then just embrace it. That's what I get bored now because over the last couple of weeks I just hear like the old, oh no, we'll wait till February or March. Okay, fine. Wait
You're
till
just scared
till
of being
February.
cooked on Twitter. That's all
That's
it
what
is.
it is.
Oh no!
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we say we're in a race and then we don't win the race, everyone's gonna cook us. Oh
Yeah,
no!
it's that.
so what?
That's
I
why
mean-
Chelsea fans. I saw one in the chat as well. They've got this thing now. Oh, race to 40 points.
Yeah.
Race to 40 points.
Oh,
they're
shut
trying
up,
to
Phil.
they're trying to just downplay everything. They're like, let's first stay up. Like, we know what you're doing. We're not falling for
Shut
it. You lot can do it between
Nah.
yourselves. But we know what you're doing. Their
Yeah.
expectations are there. Even if Chelsea fans don't put it, the expectations are there from neutrals. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no one's
there.
buying
Like,
that
you're
shit.
second. Like, you're
It's
second.
also-
You're right behind Liverpool.
But to the game today was also it's significant for me because I know it's only Brentford, but we've never beaten them at home in the
Yeah.
Premier League. They've beaten us. They smashed us 4-1 and that was under Tuchel. They smashed us 4-1. They beat us under Poch 2-0, beat us under Potter or Frank 2-0. This is the first time in this fixture that a home team has won the fixture. This is
I
the
knew you'd
first
win
time.
today. I knew you'd win, man.
But no, but
I
Dan,
went 3-1.
but
No, I
Dan,
get
it
what
was
you're
like-
saying, though, so far. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying, so because obviously it's a big
But
game for you.
it's
You
just
haven't got it.
it's
Now it's like
significant.
something
And next
you've
week,
ticked off.
but next week, as Laura said, away at Everton, our record at Everton is atrocious. It is one of the worst away records that we have in the league. Now, if you ask me now, if someone offers me a sketchy 1-0 win away at Everton, right now I take it because our record is so rubbish up there. But if we win up there, it might start to turn a few people. That's all. It was even no. I know they had a 15-minute spell to hit the bar and stuff like that, but I thought we controlled most of that match today. I know they haven't got a good away record, but they're still a good side to me. Do you know what I mean? Their home record is amazing, stuff like that. But just me, it's just significant. That's all. And we roll on like we got a conference league, finish off the conference league games on Thursday, so we'll totally rotate the squad for that. And then we face Everton on Sunday, so we just roll on. And what we have to do is stay consistent. And if we're in a race, but if we go further in the title race, we have to make sure that Liverpool's game in hand means nothing. Do you know what I mean? It means nothing, or it means very little, or hopefully we're top, and it's just they have to win it to stay in the race. That's what we have to
Yeah,
make for, but we have to be
Liverpool will
consistent.
drop points as well. They'll drop points as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
think
the
everyone
thing with
will. I
Liverpool. They'll drop
think
points.
this will be. I think the win. I think this will be the lowest points total in years. I think we between 80 and 85 to win the title this season. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think there's more.
Might
points.
be even, yeah, it might actually be that way, man. It might be. Look, I've got to come some super chats before I got a question for D on Palace. Suj, hit the like and subscribe, people. You are a legend, sir. Not all Arsenal fans are delusional to not agree with what has been said. The gap between our best and worst performances is huge. As much as Ten Hag was rubbish, he won 2 trophies. Is absolute facts. Suj also says, D, we spend 1.172 million
On who?
on our
who?
forward.
Saka makes sense. I know Saka's not getting £1 million a week. Like,
Havertz
who
is
on earth
on
are you
quite a
spending that
lot.
money on?
Havertz is on 290.
Yeah.
Jesus is on
290, but Havertz.
265. I think Jesus
Yes,
is on.
you got half
265
a million a week on them two.
on those two.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And we need a
Saka's
striker.
got to be on
Yeah.
big money. What's Saka on? He's got to be
Saka's on 250. Yeah.
Saka
Yeah.
deserves whatever he wants. Like, Saka earns it.
So that's what I'm saying. Then you got Odegaard, Martinelli.
Odegaard's on the same, and then Martinelli's on like 175 or something. I suppose. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't.
It's a hell of a lot of money, basically. And then Naval Nation says, we ain't going to delude ourselves in December saying we're going to go for the league. This is why the likes of Arsenal don't win it. Yep. Too much to too early clubs that do that end up not winning it. Chill.
No, Arsenal
a lot of
say
people are saying that.
they're gonna win it. This is the difference. There's a difference between saying we're in a race and saying we're gonna win the league. Arsenal last 2 seasons were we're gonna win the league. At the start of this season, this is our year. That's the difference. You can say we're in a race because mathematically you're 4 points off without saying we're gonna win the league. This is our year. We're gonna do it. That's what Arsenal fans do. That's a difference.
You're right. You are right. Listen, people, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit subscribe. There's nowhere near enough likes in here, man. Make sure you're subbing to the channel as well. We're very close to 30K, man. It's incredibly close to the big 3-0. So let's make sure that you do that as well. Make sure you're subscribing to every single one of these guys. You'll see their Twitter and social media handles here as well as their YouTube. So make sure you're doing that. And look, I've got to say, big up to Manscaped as well. Make sure that you click on the links in the descriptions to Manscaped and Reality Raffles. Make sure you get your ticket for the match day experience. If you do want to go to a game, there's a great opportunity for you. Click on Reality Raffles and enter the draw. Use the code FTM10 for 10% off. Actually, no, Lawless. I got some messages in the This Is London group chat today from you. Like, I found like yourself being a little bit salty that Palace had won today, brother. I don't know what was going on there. It was a bit strange. I was a bit like obsessed with Palace winning. I didn't quite understand what was going on, bro. Come on,
No,
talk to
I
me.
weren't.
Are you okay? Are you upset? Are you annoyed that they won?
No,
Or
that
100%.
wasn't even the case.
100%.
You've misread it massively. Do you know what it was? It wasn't even Palace winning. It
I don't
was
know. I don't
Don.
think I did read it. Didn't misread it.
Yeah,
You did,
because he sent a
because-
message in the other group chat saying, "Oh, you let me down, Maz," to the Brian fan.
No.
Maz.
I said
So, yeah,
Pedro let me down because I had Pedro in my fan team. So we on Straight
okay.
Facts we do this.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. You
So,
have a lot
yeah.
of forfeits. Yeah.
So
every
I
week.
had Pedro, yeah, Hussam. That I blame Hussam. Hussam told me Pedro's gonna smoke Palace. He's gonna get revenge. He turns up in big games, and I listened to Hussam.
Nice one. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I won anyway. But no, here's my issue was, so anyway, I'm just chilling. Don decides to tag me the table. Oh, look at Palace 2 points behind you. And if it was D that would have tagged me in that, I would have been like, all right, yeah, fair enough. And then I would have given it something back to D. But it just annoyed me that it was Don, because this is the same Don, yeah, who argues with D constantly in the group chat. It's the same Don, yeah, that was getting cooked by D in the group chat the other week and kept tagging me. He kept tagging me in the group chat. Oh, Lawless, come and tell him. Come and tell D this. Come and say this to D. Look at him. Look at him.
Hey, he's in the chat.
And then so I come in and I just write one comment or something, like some little thing, laugh. And then Don decides to try and just turn on me. He just tries to turn it around to me. Look at this clown, yeah. And I'm like, really? Like, that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna be like, you're gonna ask for Big Bro to come in and save your ass, and then turn on Big Bro. Oh, look, he's picking on me. Come and help me. And then you turn on me. And now
it's cold in these streets. Trust no one, Lawless. You have to learn. Trust no one. It's cold.
These two every week in the group chat, Saka Palmer, Saka Palmer, Saka Palmer.
Yeah, but that's not between Chelsea and Palace. We just have our debates because I don't understand. I'm not going to go into Saka Palmer debates, but yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, yeah, he's constantly arguing, but then he sees this little opportunity, yeah, to stick his head up your ass, right, out of nowhere.
He's not sticking my head up my ass. He's saying facts. He didn't say anything. He just say facts.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, he's not genuine because he flips. He's just sitting there going, "Oh, I'm gonna try and rattle." Look, and he does his little fishing gif. Like, I hate people that do that. Like, they chat shit, and then when you respond, they give you a little fishing gif. It's like, come on, man, stand by. He doesn't have any genuine opinions to stand by. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just there to be, oh, I'm fishing, I'm rattling. So my issue. Yes, it's a fact. We've got a game in hand, right? But we could lose that and they could still be 2 points. Like I said, if these messaged me that, I would have had a back and forth and little banner. But it was the messenger, not the message, that annoyed me because he's not genuine behind it. And he flips. He's a weasel and he's a snake. That's my problem with Don.
Hey,
that was my problem in the group chat.
I was here a few weeks ago, and you lot kept saying, no, you always downplay the situation. You've only got one win. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't matter about performances. It doesn't matter. What was I saying? I was talking based on you acting like I started watching football yesterday. I've watched Palace sides that are much, much worse, even when we did have that one win. Right now, not one win. We've got one loss in the last 9 games. Yeah? Not we haven't won every game, but we've got one loss in the last 9 games.
3 wins all season, but...
Yeah, 3 wins all season, but why Palace fans didn't want Glasgow out is for this whole thing that's been going on. We haven't been bad. We just haven't been clinical enough. Today, look at the XG stats. Brighton this, Brighton that. I hear about Brighton every other week. They're the best run club. Look at the transfer. Look at their manager. Oh, shut up. Yeah? Every week, Brighton this. Just be quiet. We went to Brighton. Yeah. We should have scored more goals. And they only had like a spell of 50 minutes. And we nullified that spell by bringing on Nketiah off the bench and Kamada. It was that easy.
Shout out Malik's
comment,
by
I
the
don't
way.
understand all this Brighton hype.
Up,
and this is what I'm saying. With Palace, our recruitment wasn't great. We've had problems. when we lost, the one game that we lost against Fulham, we had Mark Gahey playing in centre mid because we had no players. Our performances since the Spurs win have been there, and we are going to win more games. We are going to win more games. And that game on Wednesday, Potts, I'm sorry to say it, but I'm looking at the game and I'm saying that is a game we want to win. That is a game we can win. Glasner said it. You know what Glasner said? He said, I told the players, celebrate right now. Have your 5 minutes. But we already started the recovery in the dressing room.
You're going to beat us. You're going to beat us.
We're coming there.
You're going to beat us.
There.
Are you going to beat us? I know you're coming there.
We are coming to the Emirates. We are
gonna-
coming to the Emirates to get revenge. Last time I was in the Emirates, I saw my team get smoked 5-0, and I saw banners about ownership. It was the most toxic game. This is, and I've told people, this is a different Palace side under Oliver Glasner. This is a manager that wants to win every single game. And Potts,
how's that going?
How's that going? It's not. We've only got 3 wins, but we've only lost 1 in the last 9. We've only lost 1 in the last 9 as well. Only lost 1. Don't get twisted. But what I'm saying is, sign a few players in January. We're fine. You lot talking about 1 win and acting like we're never going to win a game. If you watch Palace so far this season, we haven't been bad. We've only lost to 1 top 6 side, and that was Liverpool 1-0. And we faced everyone apart from Arsenal. And Arsenal, you're next.
Right.
And you're not any Liverpool. You're not any Liverpool.
Nketiah, I bet you Nketiah scores on Wednesday because he always scores in the League Cup. Every single time he scores.
I don't know if Nketiah will start.
Did you see that, Sean? Did you see that Nketiah missed today?
Yeah, it happened right in front of me. I feel bad for him because he got an assist, by the way. Let's not forget that. Nketiah came on up front and he got an assist. He got an assist for the Saga. So that was his second game that he started up front.
Do you agree you paid too much for him yet? Do you agree you paid too much for him now?
Well, he's only played 2-3 games up front.
So
and his confidence is low, as you can see from the miss. But look, Nketiah is not the problem. Nketiah is not the problem. We haven't took our chances.
Is he the solution though?
Even when he's been on the bench. But the difference now is that Palace are taking the chances, and that back three finally we've got like a solid 11. We went into this game and also the City game with the 11 that we won for back-to-back games, and we managed to get results on both of them. Today we could have scored more. And I'm looking at that game against Arsenal, and that's a game which I know Glasner will be aiming to win. And this is a manager, by the way, Potts, let me tell you this. Our manager has actually won a European trophy. It's crazy, but he has won a European trophy. And he has won. And Daichi Kamada was also there as well, playing against Arsenal before the Emirates. So
I don't think he's going to win Palace European Cup, though, my bro. That's all I will say.
Okay, cool. We might not say that, but I want a trophy.
Well,
that's
right. You know the thing is, like Glasner, obviously I bantered you about Glasner and you losing, and I did want to see you say Glasner.
You just wanted us to get rid of Glasner because you know what's going to happen if you stay.
Yeah, like
that's the thing. That's the difference between me and you with Lopetegui. I want Lopetegui to stay. You wanted Glasner to go, and it didn't work, Brawlers. It didn't work because I knew what he was doing. I'm not dumb. I knew what he was doing.
But this is what I've actually been saying. If you hear what I've been saying, I've said this on my channel when we're talking on West Ham about what managers. I've actually been saying to West Ham fans how I would take Glasner. Like, I'm hoping Glasner gets sacked because I would take him, because the problem is at Palace, what I've said isn't necessarily the manager, it is the squad. And I think that Glasner is possibly not the best fit for where Palace are right now in terms of putting in performances to grind out those wins. I mean, shithouse. He's not gonna shithouse. You know what I mean? Like, if he's gonna win, he's gonna win good, like we see today. So I think the squad is the issue at Palace, not the manager. So I would take him at West Ham, and I think he would do better at West Ham than he will
going West Ham. So
at Palace. Listen, we'll see. We'll put an offer in.
There's no seeing. I got 2 eyes here, and I'm looking right now, and I got clear vision. I thank God for my vision, and I see a lot of things, and that's the one thing I can't see. The Glasner at West Ham. I'll be honest, Lawless, with all due respect, you got bigger things to worry about than grabbing Glasner from Palace, because I don't think that's going to be happening. Yeah, you got bigger things to worry about, because this one win all season that you're talking about for so long, and I was telling you that eventually it will click and eventually things will work out. You wasn't listening to me. We're only 2 points behind. We're only 2 points
We've got
behind.
game
Mighty
in
West
hand.
Ham that spent £130 million. £130 million. What?
That's a game in my
Well,
hand. Game in hand.
Okay, it's a game in your hand, but over a long run, I'm so happy. What was the last result that you lot had? Wolves.
Wolves, yeah, we beat Wolves.
Yeah, I'm so happy. I was so happy because I was like, yes, he's staying. Because I know how dumb your club is. I know how your club operates. I know how Sullivan operates. All they need is one win. All they need is one win. And I hope, and I know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You're gonna lose tomorrow, and then you're gonna.
Yeah,
Then he's
you
gonna
know Bournemouth. You know Bournemouth. If they win tomorrow, can go above City as well. Bournemouth win tomorrow.
That is crazy. And you're gonna lose tomorrow,
Bournemouth in
and
the
then you
title
lose
race.
2-3 games. This is the story of West Ham this
Top
season.
four
They're
race.
gonna lose 2-3 games and win one, and then the pressure's gonna be there. Lopetegui is gonna get the win or the draw, and it's gonna stay. But I'll be honest, as a Palace fan, Potts on Saturday you can beat us 10-0 happily, but on Wednesday that's a game which, yeah, we are.
Do you know
I'm
what?
telling you, it's gonna be
I
the
will say
strongest
this,
11.
D. I'll say this, D. I'm proud of you, and I'll tell you why. Because you're seeing
Oh,
that the
really,
cup
bro?
is more important than the league. That is one of the only things I never understand about any club that finishes between 7th and 20th. Why they do not go for the Carabao Cup is beyond me. Teams like West Ham that are starved of trophies, teams
We're not
like
starved.
Brentford, like Palace, you are starved, bro. You won 1 in 43
Carabao,
years.
mate. I'm
Right?
full.
It's
I'm
not
full
about
on
one
that
and done.
Carabao.
It's not about one and done, Lawless. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to actually like
Yeah,
get
but
some
I'm not
more.
starved.
So is
I'm
that
not
your?
a
You got
Spurs
another 43 years. You got another 43 years.
I'm
Then
not
you're
a
gonna wait.
Spurs fan. I'm not starved. In fact, we've won a trophy more recent than you. If anything, you're starved. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we are
about?
starved. We are
There
starved.
you
This is
go.
why I
So
want
why
to
do
take
you
it seriously.
prioritize the
I'm
Carabao? Why
glad
do
that.
you rest
I hope we do.
players?
I'll be
They will,
crying
they
out.
will,
This
they
is
will,
what manager
they
should be
will.
doing.
Let's put what D said. Would you rather lose 10-0 on Saturday and beat Palace on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'd rather stay in the cup as well.
So you'd rather lose in the league and win in the cup?
Yeah, I'd rather lose in the league. Do you know what? I
Okay.
said that to Robbie last year as well, by the way. We had Bournemouth last year, and he said to me, do you care if we go out? I said, of course I do. Christ, we haven't won it for 31 years, and he don't rate the Carabao Cup. He thinks it's a waste of time. I don't think we can be doing this bigger fish to fry stuff.
A
Man.
trophy is a trophy. I can't lie. A trophy is a trophy, and I want a trophy. We were. Hey, just to put into context how much Glasgow's going to take this game serious. He took the stateside cup. You know the preseason cup, Lawless. He took that cup serious, and we managed to win that one. Like he is a cup manager. He's a cup manager, and yeah.
I just think D. If I was you, like, and I'm not even. This is me not bantering. Like, I'm not saying he can. I'm not saying he can never win a trophy with you. I just think this season is a step too far, and I think it is more important for you to win in the league just to push yourself away from that bottom three.
No, it's not, Lawless.
No, listen.
What are you talking about?
What I'm saying.
We're already pushing.
It's more important.
We are going to sign players.
Palace ain't going down, Lawless. Let's just say how it is. Palace
No,
ain't
but
going
you
down.
can't say that. You can't say that. But
Do you
because
really think?
Wolves,
All right.
no,
First
Wolves
of
have
all, we're
just sacked
signing
their
players in
manager,
January.
and so have Southampton. So
Okay. So are you in trouble?
what?
There's no what.
Well,
Are you in trouble?
Yeah, West Ham must be in trouble then. If you are, you better get out of the cups and concentrate on the league form.
Because
then as
I'll be
well,
honest, Lawless, it's not results.
We're
matter.
already out of
Results
the
matter,
Carabao.
course, yeah. But when you look at the performances, as I've said for a long time, Palace have been performing better than West Ham, and I think those results were going to come. And now you're seeing the results come. So if Palace are in trouble, then West Ham are even in bigger trouble because your performances are not adding up. Like, it's mediocre performances. And
Yeah,
it has
but
been all season.
we have more quality. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
you have
That's
that
the
more quality,
difference,
but if you don't get
D.
rid of
We have the
Lopetegui, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But
It doesn't
the
matter.
problem is, this is what I'm saying, D. This is why we've got more wins because our quality can get us over the line. You can have good performances, but when you've got likes of Nketiah in your side,
It doesn't
then
matter. Nketiah's not
you ain't-
starting.
no, but I'm giving you an example. Like some of these players, like Mateta and all that.
Who's coming off the
decent
bench
players.
for you? Who's coming off the bench for you up front? Who's coming off the bench for you?
Fulkrug, Danny Ings, they're experienced players. I'm not saying they're world beaters.
Danny
but-
Ings, that's it. Danny Ings. So
No,
what?
we've got-
Is Danny Ings like with how old he is? Is he like an amazing player to bring off the bench?
Paqueta was on the bench for us last week against Wolves. He was on the
The
bench.
thing is, what you lot don't realize is in January we are going to sign players. We are
Oh,
going to
shut
sign
up,
up creative
D,
team.
man.
We are
No
going to
one's-
sign players. Last January we signed Adam Wharton and Munoz.
Because your summer was so impressive, yeah. Your summer was so impressive. Look at all the world beaters you signed in the summer, yeah. And now you're gonna go and sign more.
Our
Come
summer
on,
window wasn't horrible. It was when looking at it in hindsight right now, it wasn't. We just didn't sign the players that we
What
needed to
players
sign.
did
We
you
still signed
sign
some
that
good
really
players.
improved
We
your
still
team?
signed some Lacroix. Lacroix's amazing.
Oh yeah,
He's
okay,
amazing.
Lacroix,
He's
yeah.
24.
Who else?
We got Chalobah as well, who I'll be honest, since the start, at times I felt like he had a mistake in him, but ever since the City second half and today's performance as well, it seems like he's finally growing into that kit.
What's going on? What's going on with Eze, by the way? Why has he been so crap?
I think he's missing that another. The thing is, Eze was like this even when Elisa was injured. That's the problem. Eze needs another creative player right next to him, and he doesn't really have that right now. So
Is he really? Was he a
Elise.
bit overrated then, D? Like, because Elise was making him better.
Well, Elisa was, to me, it was always better than Eze.
Yeah,
No, but
It was
Elise
always
was
better.
making Eze better than he is.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he's making him better than he is. He's just getting the full potential of Eze because Eze had someone to play it off him. Right now, he doesn't really have that, and he got subbed off today for Kamada and Nketiah. I thought the subs helped us because Brighton were peppering us at the start of the second half. But yeah, Eze, once we sign that another number 10, he'll be fine. We just need a player that he can play off, really. So yeah, that's with Eze. But that's been the case from before, so there's no major surprise to me. But it's good, the fact that we can sub off Eze and bring on Kamada and Nketiah and still score goals. That's not a bad shout, especially away from home against Brighton. So yeah, look, I'm not worried about Eze. But then again, I don't know who will pay that amount of money. Look, the thing is, he's not a bad player, but if you look at his performances so far this season, he slows things down. He tries to play the game at his own pace at times, which is very frustrating. But who would really pay the £68 million? I don't know. But when you look at performances, you wouldn't really pay that. But then again, if you look at the bigger picture, he's got the attributes to play for a big side. But he just needs to prove himself a bit more consistently at Palace, especially with him being the main creative player. But look, with Palace, I'm not worried.
You could use him, Pot. You could use him an essay in your squad.
Yeah, you
I
can.
wanted Eze. I wanted Eze
Eze
in the
would
summer.
suit. Eze would suit Arsenal, but that's not going to happen when you have Wanyeri there. But yeah, with Palace, I think we're going to get more wins. It will happen. I think we'll stay up. As I said at the start of the season, my aim wasn't top 4 like Lawless. My aim was top 10. I don't think that's still out of the window.
Top 4.
Top 4, top 5. Should we win this trophy and all the different that? So
Top-
yeah, look, we're going in the right direction. FA Cup, we got Stockport at home, so we want to win that as well. So yeah, I think top 10 and decent cup run, we're fine. We know who we are. We know who we are. That's the biggest thing.
I love that dig, man. Big up to Sophie from Highbury Squad. Make sure you go follow Sophie over at Highbury Squad, people.
Sophie.
Go and give her a subscribe. That was quite funny, D. That was a nice little dig there. I wasn't top
Yeah, but
for
this
that
is what I'm
Lawless.
saying. People keep saying it, but it's not true. Do you know what I mean? Like, it keeps
Oh,
saying.
I saw your thumbnails at West Ham Fan TV. You lot were talking
Go
about.
and find the thumbnails because all I said.
Also, that video. I need to find that video of me talking about Lopetegui. Because that video
here
is
we
one
go.
for the ages. That video is one for the ages. Because the comments in that video had every West Ham fan getting at me saying, "Oh, he's this and that, whatever." But now the same people who were getting at me are in this chat wanting Lopetegui out. Like, he's crazy. He's actually crazy. But it is what it is, man. I'm happy. I want Bournemouth. Well, I don't really care about West Ham, but hopefully you get a result. Because I want Lopetegui to stay.
Bournemouth
your
at home.
sake.
Bournemouth at home are a different animal.
If we
They're like
do get
Brentford
a
at home.
result,
They're like Brentford at home.
West
Yeah.
Ham are losing that
Result.
one. West Ham are losing that one, man.
but if
Definitely.
we don't, if we get 3 on a spin, we might be looking at things differently. Because
3 on a spin.
Yeah,
what
we've
makes you think
got-
that you're gonna get 3 on a spin?
do you know what? Tomorrow, I've predicted us to lose like 3-1. Yeah. However, we've got Brighton at home after Bournemouth. Yeah, they're looking shaky. As you
don't ever beat them, though. You never beat Brighton at home, do you?
No, but last season we did. Southampton away. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got Liverpool at home. We're probably going to lose that. But that's what I'm saying. If we somehow beat Bournemouth, which I don't think we will, but we beat Brighton, which we can do, and Southampton, which we can do, that's 9 points, mate.
I bet the way you play, if you keep Lopetegui, I bet you take something off Liverpool. That's the sort of like season we have on our hands here.
Yeah, they might lose against Southampton, and then lose against Southampton, and then it'll be like his job is on the line. Like, this is ridiculous now. If he doesn't get anything,
if you lose to
and then they'll get something against Liverpool, and he's
if you lose to this shit Southampton side, then you deserve to be sacked.
They know they might get a new manager and turn into some super team.
Do you know who they might get? They might get
Gary
David
Neville.
Moyes. They
Oh,
might
nah.
get David Moyes.
Moyes won't go there for a fact because, one, it's too far south.
And two, he's like Big Sam. He thinks he's above relegation dogfights now. Do you know what I mean? Even though no team,
three's on standby
He's
to return
waiting to
to
come
West
back
Ham.
home.
That's
He's
the
waiting
third
to come back home, man.
Yeah,
That's West
exactly,
Ham. He's
he
waiting
would
for that
love
job.
to. I'm sure.
I think he
Yeah,
would
yeah.
like to. I think it could happen if I'm honest. So Sullivan, you know what he's like. He'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh, made a mistake again, third time lucky," and he'll bring back David Moyes.
But listen, if we win tomorrow, then D, don't hide, because all of this 2 points behind us, you'll be back to 5 points, and then
I'll be honest, I don't really care. Like, I got bigger fish.
Oh,
What?
We got him.
got it. My focus, my focus is on Wednesday. I'll be honest. Right now, I'm not really caring about the league.
Fish to fry.
Nah, I didn't want to say those words, but like,
Make sure you don't get fried, because remember what happened when Arsenal fans had bigger fish to fry.
Oh, that is
No,
brilliant.
but I'm talking
Don't
about,
get
like,
West Ham. I've got bigger fish to fry.
tomorrow I'll be doing my previews. I'm looking forward to Wednesday night. Like, I'm not gonna.
Oh,
I might watch the game. I might watch the game, but like, I'm not really concerned about West Ham, because I know what to expect from West Ham. I was the first one to call it. Like, you could win tomorrow, then you lose your next 4 games, so it doesn't bother me.
there we go.
We'll see.
Listen,
We'll
people.
see, man. We'll see.
We will see. Listen, people, it's been a lit show as ever. Make sure you stay tuned. You're going to be sent over to MHF with Mo and Hussam. God, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Make sure you stay tuned there. Make sure you do us a favor. Make sure you are following every single one of these guys. Make sure you hit the like button, and you've also hit subscribe. Both those things need to be done. Make sure you're going and following Deji Spurs as well as everybody on this panel as well. And go and raid Mo and Hassam's chat now. 12th Man sent me, Dan Potts sent me. Go and show some love. Check out Manscaped and Reality Raffles. Both links are in the description. If you do want to get a chance at some tickets to some games, then please make sure you click on that link, Reality Raffles, and get yourself in for it. We'll see you next time. We're out of here and up the Arsenal. Latest, people.